Hi, what's up? What's going on? I'm Belita Meow Meow. This is Valentina. She's actually not my dog. I'm here today because I have just had this feeling that I need to make a video about my in-depth self-care routine and all my little habits, tips, and tricks. But I feel like we all know the basic on just wellness and self-care, and you should be in the sunshine, you should go on your walk, go to the gym, and eat healthy, and get 8 hours of sleep. Just be happy and love life, because it's so easy. It's so easy. But anyway, I wanted to get on here and just talk about my little tips and tricks that have worked over the years and have actually helped me and just put me on a better path of living more presently and positively and just more light in my life. Because I feel like, I don't know, it can be very easy to be just like in a constant negative cycle, and I have these things that I do very, very often. It helps me be the best me, you know? Like, I'm being sarcastic, but I'm also not. Like, I am very serious when it comes to this. My qualifications to speak on this subject matter, obviously, I only had like a semester that I was actually a psych major in college. But my actual qualifications for this that I feel like I do, I can't speak on this actually. I used to be pretty depressed. I used to struggle with a lot of anxiety, social anxiety, some more. I've gone different routes for help in treatment. And what I will say is that what has helped me the most is getting into more holistic methods of just living a better life. I'm saying I used to be depressed, I used to have anxiety, I used to have these issues. I wasn't happy with my life and who I was. I wasn't kind to myself. I just wasn't doing the things I needed to do for myself, and I was kind of self-aware in that sense. I was self-aware. I knew I needed sunshine. I didn't go outside that much. That sounds so bad. I just do so much more now, and I put so much more time towards positive things. And so yeah, I want to share that with you all. I want to make this kind of fun, because the thing is that caring for yourself and loving yourself and being happy, it can be fun, right? Anyway, so let's get started. I also want to include like little snippets of like my daily life and parts of my actual routine, so you guys know I'm for real about this. I'm not just making this up and you're like, you guys should try this, but I actually do all of this that I wrote down. My first thing, I think you need to ask yourself, do you like yourself? Can you look in the mirror and be like, I love you? Can you tell that to yourself right now? Can you tell yourself that you love yourself without like cringing? Or maybe you can cringe a little, but like, can you genuinely say that you do love yourself? Because I think that's important. And if you don't, well, we're gonna fix that. It's possible. I think with negative self-talk, it can come in different forms for sure. Like maybe if you're just joking, if you're being ironic and you say, I know it used to be a lot of like, I feel like even like 2016 humor where it's like, I hate my life, I hate myself, I'm so depressed, I'm ugly. And it was just very like into like not like yourself for some reason. But I feel like it's quite the opposite now. Like I think people do admire more when people are more upfront on that they like themselves. And I don't know, it makes me feel weird when someone is outwardly talking negatively and down on themselves. It's just like, why are you doing that? You don't need to do that. Especially if you're like a friend or something. It's like, why are you speaking to my friend like that? Like, you don't need to do that. Maybe you are just super disciplined. You only get 6 hours of sleep every night and you go to the gym twice a day. You do all this and you're so super productive and everything. Are you having fun doing this? Or is the only like fun that you get out of this is that you get to tell yourself, oh, I accomplished so much today. I did so much, but yeah, like I'm really tired and I'm kind of going crazy from the lack of sleep. But I did so much. Like you're kind of torturing yourself. I know in high school, I used to pull a lot of all-nighters because I procrastinated homework and I was like a good student. I sometimes would take naps after school. I wouldn't start homework until like late. Sometimes even like a project due the next day, something like that. Sometimes I'd have something due the next day that I work on it all through the night, and I would maybe be done like 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m. Sometimes I would not sleep. And then I'd go to school the next day. And I'd repeat the same cycle every day where I was losing so much sleep. But then I'd be like, oh, but I finished this assignment and I got an A on it. And it's like, okay, yeah, but you're not like, I'm not getting like a cookie after like doing this and torturing myself. Like, no, like there are other students who are getting just as good as grades as I am, maybe even better. And they're not torturing themselves. They have a good sleep schedule. You can be nice to yourself and still be disciplined and still have some sort of schedule and still be productive. And I'm speaking from a feminine perspective and how I want to care for my body based on how I listen to my body, which I'll get to next. I want to be gentle to myself. I feel like I flourish when I'm gentle and I speak kindly to myself and I create a safe, calming space around me. That's when I'm good. So it's like, it's a mix of getting to know yourself, getting to know how you thrive best and in what environment and what kind of self-talk and what kind of schedule. So listening to your body, that's important. How do you do that? How do you do that? I've talked about intuition many times on this channel. When I get overwhelmed or when I'm in certain just situations, if I'm stressed, I can literally, I know what my tells are. That I have TMJ, which is, and whenever I get stressed, it literally flares up and I can feel it all down my throat. And I know that the stress is getting to me and I need to just like calm down, maybe meditate, focus on my breathing. Maybe I haven't eaten, maybe I need to eat. Listening to your body, even with working out, I used to think that like I would have to work out at the gym, lifting 5 days a week. And the reality is that I do not have to do that. I don't even have to go to the gym to work out, but I do like going to the gym, but not every day. Right now, what I'm doing is, my goal is to lift like 2 days a week and then do Pilates, stretching, yoga. I do my nunchucks here and there. And I've been skating, roller skating more, which is a workout. So I'm doing all of this. It's like, you know, there's not one specific way to work out, you know, move your body, which we all know is good for you. Yes, you should push yourself depending, you know, like what your goal is physically. But I'm saying is that you can listen to your body, especially as women, given that we are on a 28-day cycle, 30-day. We're not the same as men where they can just get up and go every single day, a 24-hour cycle. I'm not feeling well, if I'm like nearing my period, I'm not gonna do that because I know it's gonna not make me feel good. And I know that probably yoga or just simple stretching or breathing would help me too. And I can just exercise, go harder next week. Moving on. How to connect with your body. So let me tell you something. I've been doing this consistently. I believe for at least like 2+ years, I've been doing this consistently every single day. And I can say that confidently. I've been stretching. I want to sound like I'm better than everyone. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, it's crazy. Like after stretching so consistently, how good it feels to be able to like be like a little more like flexible and just be able to move my body and be nimble. It feels good to stretch the body consistently every day. And people do not do that and utilize that. Literally 5 minutes out of the day. I do this every single morning, okay? There's a number of stretches and breathings I do every single morning. And I do it every day, not because like I feel like I have to, but I feel like I should. Stand on your freaking tippy toes, the palms of my feet, I guess, and reach up to the sky. I do that, I touch my toes, and then I'll even widen my feet a little more, touch both sides, okay? I put my feet together and I'll go up and down. I'll do a half lift, and I'll go down again, and I'll go up, and I'll go down. And I do that for like, I don't know, 3 to 5 times. Also, breathing during this time is very important. Breathing in when you go up, breathing down when you go down, breathing in when you do a half lift, breathing down, and then breathe. You know, you get what I'm saying. And on top of that, okay, this is where we get a little fun with it. And also, I've done this in a video, I think like once or twice already, but I do this consistently, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. While I'm doing this breathing, on the very last one where I go all the way up again and I'm on my tippy toes, stretching my arms, okay, I imagine I'm a flower. And I'm like absorbing all of the sunshine, all of the good energy, just like, and this can be very like specific to whatever your needs are, like absorbing some sort of opportunity, absorbing money attraction, absorbing that you're gonna get this thing you've been wanting, like literally absorbing, like embodying that sort of energy. That's what you're doing. Especially, this is why I do it in the morning, right when I'm getting up. I do not go on my phone. I think that's a given for this, for going down this route. I do not get on my phone. I stretch and I embody this certain energy that I want. I'm doing that as I'm breathing it in, as I'm on my tippy toes, as I'm like feeling the sunshine, the warmth, this magical energy, okay? I feel it in my body. And then I relax my feet and I shake my arms and exhale out, breathe out. I breathe out all of any sort of negative energy, and you envision it as like smoke that's like leaving your body, any negative, dark energy that you're leaving, so you can start this day feeling great and amazing and very light and warm and just a positive person. I do this every day. And if you're asking where I got some of these things from, I most definitely got this off of TikTok. Yeah, and guess what? It works and it makes me feel awesome. I do my gratitude daily. It's also nice to do it in the morning as well. Gratitude, it can look like, I am grateful to be alive today. I'm grateful for the sunshine. I'm grateful for the plants and animals in my life, and the trees, and the oxygen, and the air in my lungs. And I'm grateful for my home and my bed, and I'm grateful for my good health and happiness. I'm grateful for my family's good health and happiness, for my friends, for whatever. I'm grateful for the food in my kitchen, and clean water, and for the money in my bank account. I'm grateful for just all the positive energy and the abundant opportunities of today and of to come. As I do this, I can also do like lymphatic drainage. Okay, wait, I hope I'm not losing you guys. You're like just kind of like slapping your body around, and you can start from like the armpits right here, the chest, and it's a mixture. I've learned it's a mixture of, you can like slap it around or like also massaging it too, and I do that as well. And sometimes I do that while I'm doing gratitude. I'll say that or think that while I'm doing this, and it's a good way to like feel it. And also when you're doing gratitude, at the end of it, I also like to do a deep inhale, feel it in my heart, and then I exhale. And I'm like, and like you're literally, as you're exhaling, you're literally embodying that gratitude and feeling grateful for it. And you literally feel the feeling of being grateful, so grateful. And it doesn't feel like ingenuine when you actually do that. Anyway, next, okay. I do not meditate every day. I do like to. Whenever I do it, I'm just like, wow, that was awesome. You know? Once you do it, especially every day, I want to be that type of person that does it every day. We'll see. Even for 5 minutes. And if you don't know how to meditate, I feel like I'm not one to like speak instructionally on that, but YouTube is free. So I know like when I first started getting into it, I would like look up like a meditation guide and be like 5 to 10 minutes. And sometimes it can be like nothing and just maybe breathing in and out and just focusing on your breathing completely. And then other times I've now done it where it's like, imagine that there is a gold golden aura around you, and you're breathing in all of the good energy. You know, just like something like that. I remember doing one that I still remember, and I feel like I should do it again because it was kind of fun. But it was basically like, imagine you're like, how was it? Imagine you're a rock in a desert, and you become a rock in the desert for like 10 minutes. And that one, I remember after it finished, I felt really cool for some reason. That's what I'm saying. Like, it can be fun. You literally enter a different space. It takes you out of all the chaos that is in here and around, and really grounds you in the body. And I feel like we need to do that because there's so much going on, especially right now. So much outside noise and also just uncertainty, and I feel like fear going around right now. And I think peace of mind is very important to living a more fulfilling life. So just giving yourself that moment to just refresh the mind is always good. Oh, another thing I do in the morning, I've been doing this for maybe like 2-3 months now, maybe, perhaps. Again, I learned this on TikTok. Oh my god. But I will say it works, and it makes me feel good, and I'm so sorry. It makes me feel good, so that's why I do it. Basically, it's jumping. I've been jumping. Jumping 50 to 100 times in the morning is a popular wellness trend believed to boost energy. Okay, wait, this isn't what I wanted. Key benefits of morning jumping: increased energy and alertness. Acts as a quick wake-up call to shake off morning grogginess. Yes. Boosts circulation and lymphatic system. Increases blood flow and helps flush toxins from the body. Yes. Improves mood. Yes. Releases endorphins, which can help reduce stress and anxiety. Physical health: promotes better bone density and strengthens muscles, particularly in the legs. Enhanced flexibility, loosens joints, tendons, and muscles. You can jump in place, do jumping jacks, or keep toes on the floor to reduce impact. So I've been doing that. I don't know, like, I don't want to stop. Everything that I'm doing, that's the thing I will say, is that, like, I did not just find, like, one set thing on TikTok one day and I'm gonna just follow this routine exactly and do it every day. No. I've just collected information over the course of years now and have tried it out, have felt what works for me, what doesn't, and I've just been doing that and adding and subtracting and maybe combining some things, and it works for me and it's fun. So that's the thing. It's like, you can take what resonates, whatever I share with you. Try it out. You don't have to try everything, or try something out try one thing out every day. I don't But what else do I have in here?